San Miguel Beer! Tara na, sumama na! San Miguel Beer, buksan na! Ay, pasama-sama na! San Miguel Beer, buksan na! Tara na, sumama na! San Miguel Beer, buksan na! Ay, pasama-sama na! San Miguel Beer, buksan na! Tara-ra-ta-ta! San Miguel Beer, ready na! Tara-ra-ta-ta! Ay, sasama, tara na! Drink responsibly.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Sa Saridon, pain, panis ang pain, starts to release in 5 minutes. Mag-Saridon, gamot na pain lahatan. Indicated for fever, body pain, headache, toothache, dysmenorrhea. Pain, panis ang pain, Saridon lang ang kailangan. Based on in vitro study, individual response may vary. Paracetamol plus propionate plus caffeine is the generic name of Saridon triple action. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Si Mommy at si Washing Machine believe sa Pride Washing Machine Detergent.
Hello, Washi!
Hello, Mommy!
Laundry day na naman! Ready ka na sa mancha, chocolate, putik, libag?
Kaya yan ng Pride Washing Machine Detergent. May triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, malikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride.
Pride Detergent, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
When life throws you off balance, breathe. Hydrate. With Nature's Spring pH 9 drinking water. Find your balance. One bottle at a time. Nature's Spring pH 9 drinking water. Available nationwide.
Find your balance with Nature's Spring pH 9 drinking water. Now available in major supermarkets and retail stores nationwide.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Nawawala ang stress kapag refreshing breaks, halika na. I can't wait to be with you. San Miguel flavored beer na wala man lychee, refreshingly sweet na gusto ko. Wala man lychee, San Miguel flavored beer na
Enjoy the refreshing sweet flavors of San Miguel flavored beer. Apple, lemon, and lychee with just the right beer buzz.
San Miguel flavored beer na to. Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored
Drink
beer.
responsibly.
Bili na ng San Miguel flavored beer. Saktong pasweet lang with just the right beer buzz. Available in apple, lemon, and lychee. Drink responsibly.
ACS Millones. ACS Millones.
Mga misis, bili na kayo ng mga ACS products para may chance maging milyonaryo. Ito ang kombinasyon ng mga empty packs na ilagay sa entries nyo. 3 sachets ng unique 10ml or 1 box ng unique toothpaste any size. 3 sachets ng Pride powder 40 grams or 1 pouch ng Pride powder any size. 1 wrapper ng Pride bar 370 grams or 2 wrappers ng Pride bar 95 grams. 1 box ng Star Wax Floor Wax any size. 1 wrapper or 1 box ng Shield Bath Soap any size. 2 sachets ng Smart Liquid 50ml or 1 pouch ng Smart Liquid any size. 1 label wrapper ng Smart Paste any size. 1 sachet or 1 box ng White Rose Papaya with Vitamin B3 Soap any size. 3 sachets of Charm Fabcon 30ml or 1 pouch ng Charm Fabcon any size.
Pwede kang maging milyonaryo sa ACS Millones.
Submission of entries is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. Grand draw is on September 20, 2025. See posters for details. Promo period is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. For DTI Fair Trade Permit Number FTB 221797, Series of 2025.
San Miguel Pale Pilsen presents Isa, Dalawa, Tawa!
Coco, patulong naman sa mga tanong namin, oh.
Game!
Anong tawag sa beer na nakakatawa?
Ano?
Edi biro!
Ano naman tawag sa beer na kumakanta?
Ano?
Edi beer it!
Anong tawag sa beer na nauubos?
Alam ko yan. Disabir!
Tumpa! Kaya bili na tayo ng San Miguel Pale Pilsen.
San Miguel Pale Pilsen.
laging kasama. Drink responsibly.
Ang San Miguel Plate Pilsen, 320 ml, 45 SRP lang. Ang Grande, 115 SRP lang. Bili na!
Drink responsibly.
Nasakit yung ulo.
Greg, may work pa. I-biogesic mo na yan.
Agos na dagos, baka ada side effect sa data.
Iba ang biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Maingat nga agpaiso.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, biogesic agad. Aladang Unilab yan. Paracetamol is a generic name of biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Guys! Bakit ang sarap mag-shot ng Red Horse Super? Kasi bawat shot, kasama ang tropa.
Red Horse Super, ang shot ng tropa. Pinalakas na tropa, pinasuper na Red Horse. Drink responsibly.
Mga tropa, i-like at i-follow ang Red Horse Super sa Facebook. Shot na! Drink responsibly.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Kung nasaan ang aksyon, naroon ang balita. Ito ang aksyon, aksyon, radyo, aksyon, radyo.
Bueno, padaanan ti programa tiyo. Sika Kentilinteg, oras tayon, alas 2:11.
Sikang Kentilinteg. Saan a biktima ti panagbalin nga ignorante iti linteg. Amwan ti kalintegan ditoy. DCJC Aksyon Radyo iti Sika Kentilinteg. Kaputaawan may laksid iti kawanan mo. Sika Kentilinteg. Iti kada Domingo alas 2 aging kay alas 3 ti malem. May sanga oras apan nakailawlawag ng iti linteg ken kalintegan babaen kariti legal experts. Sika Kentilinteg.
Okay, na po ti linya tiyo, ti guest tiyo, ti dito yung malen, and partner ti dito yung programa tiyo, Attorney El Rene Kidris Castro. Pakasik na po dito yung kaso ni dati Senador Leila de Lima. Kalpasan na po ti panang waswas ti Court of Appeals. Ti imunan nga desisyon ti Regional Trial Court tapos ma-dismiss dito yung kaso na violation ti Republic Act 9165 when the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act Law of 2002. Anya kadia po ti indikasyon dito kahit na kadi nga sawem nga mabalbaliwan ti panaka-trial na when no kahit na kadi nga sawen nga adda iti grave abuse of discretion by the court iti nga dito kahit inyatnag na desisyon na amang dismiss iti nasa nga kaso dito panakabiyag ti kaso na babayan na iti pamilin ti Court of Appeals iti Regional Trial Court ti balbaloy nga panang adal na iti dito nga kaso kasano kadiya po ti estado na dito after the Court of Appeals issued a resolution nga ngipasublay yung kaso iti Regional Trial Court iti Muntinlupa, Metro Manila. Amin namin dito po kaya dumantupay may lawlawag kaya iso ti pagpuligusan dito discussion tayo po iti dito malen may tampok pariti sa balipaya param ti programa tayo Sika Kentilinteg with Attorney El Rene Kidris Castro. At na po tilinya tayo, Attorney, good afternoon.
Yes, hello, good afternoon sir. Ken kastamit din dagiti nayat nga dungdungig kadeti nga programa. So actually this yung the topic today is more on yung criminal procedure. Okay, that has been undergone doon sa decision ng kaso ng former DOJ Secretary and former Senator Leila de Lima. So etong kaso niya kasi syempre tawag dito yung talagang kapansin-pansin yung kasong ito dahil syempre it involved someone who has been in the position for a very long time na government position. So and of course he is a staunch or yung strong opposition to the then President Rodrigo Duterte sa kanyang particularly sa anti-drug war. Ngayon, what happened, yung turn of events is that yung nangyari nga, yung kumbaga inaasahan na defender, okay, of the law, siya naman pala yung alleged. So hindi natin sinasabi na siya ay magkakagawa na ganon, but that is an allegation, okay, na siya is involved into drugs as yung tinatawag nating uh, handler or protector. So, and among other cases, kasi actually, when you talk about the drug cases involving former Senator Laila de Lima, tatlo po yun. Okay, so of the 3 cases that were filed against her, so 2 of which has already been uh, declared na acquitted na siya. Okay, so but then again, ang nangyari, so because of the acquittal of these 2 of the 3 cases filed against her, so that made the yung nagkaroon ng tinatawag nating opportunity for her to, kasi sir, when you talk about the drug cases filed against her, those cases are actually non-bailable under the Dangerous Drugs Act. Okay, so doon sa ating Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act, okay, the cases filed against her are actually non-bailable. So, non-bailable cases, so she cannot post bail. That's the reason why she was put into prison. Yun din ang katanungan ng karamihan kasi bakit daw, because she was able to run in the last Senate election, okay, for office. And tanong ng karamihan, nakulong na nga, nandun pa sa kulungan, bakit she was able to run for office? So, ang kanya kasing pong kaso is a non-bailable offense, which is the violation of the anti-drug law for the alleged participation as cuddler sa drug transaction doon sa Bilibid prison. So, non-bailable siya. So, it means that she will be put into, pag non-bailable kasi yung kaso, you will be put into prison. Yun ang tawag nating detention prisoner. But then, yung question ng karamihan is that, does it mean that she is already convicted for the alleged crimes that she committed? The answer is no. So, ongoing yung trial. Kaya lang kasi, the case that was filed against her is non-bailable. So, when your case is non-bailable, kulong ka. While the case cases that were filed against you are all under trial. So, that's what really happened. But then, it takes around more than 6 years, okay, for the court to finally say na okay, 2 over 3 drug cases were already she was already been acquitted. So there is an acquittal. So when you talk about acquittal of kung pinag-uusapan kasi natin, when you talk about acquittal in a particular case, so it means that the prosecution, okay, was not able to provide the following. So, una po dyan is there is what we call insufficient evidence. Okay, hindi na-prove ng ating prosecution yung tinatawag nating proof beyond reasonable doubt to convict an accused. So, doon sa failure of the prosecution to prove beyond reasonable doubt doon sa mga kasong final sa kanya, on the basis of the following. So, hindi na-prove yung proof beyond reasonable doubt for the following reasons. Una dyan is, there is what we call insufficient evidence. So, the prosecution fails to present sufficient evidence to prove the guilt of the accused beyond reasonable doubt. So, pangalawa dyan would be the lack of proof, or the evidence presented is not enough to establish the elements of the crimes that being charged. And of course, pangatlo dyan would be there is doubt about the guilt because the court entertains reasonable doubt about the guilt of the accused. So, kung yun kasi when the ito kasi sir, when you talk about proof beyond reasonable doubt, there is moral certainty that based on experience of similar cases, okay, yung kaso niya ay ang decision is conviction. So, doon sa part ng judge who will decide upon that matter, it is his moral obligation to render just judgment. Ngayon, kung yung judge will feel that there is absence or lack of evidence, okay, sufficient to establish proof beyond reasonable doubt, so the decision of the judge will be tilted in favor of the accused. So, kasla ko nga, dito kung pagkiluan mo hanga mabalin nga half-half ti pagdidesisyonan iti may isa nga husgado or judge. Dapat nagdagsan talaga ti persa ti nga nagbasulan ti akusado tapno ti desisyon ti may isang husgado will be against the accused. Okay, para maging ano siya guilty, okay, of the crime, para siya ay mapakulong. But then according to the decision by the regional trial court, nakita nila na because of the recantation, when you talk about recantation, and of course eventually the desistance of the witnesses, okay, in the case, when you say recantation, panangibabawi. Okay, so yung kanilang mga statements, and according to the at ito yung pinanghawakan din ng gobyerno na pinakamatibay na ebidensya against her, and they were not able to establish, and I mean they recanted already, binabawi na nila yung kanilang mga statement. So definitely it might be, so I cannot say because I have yet to see a copy of the decision by the Court of Appeals, and more often than not hindi nilalabas po yan.
Yeah,
okay, so
yes, attorney, gaputahan temen penadapawan ni kopya ti decision, ano? And but the basis of the RTC in dismissing the in acquitting the accused of the crime alleged crime committed by the accused, kasano iti kina importante na di jay panang waswas ti nag-affidavit nga naitutulogin kwa na itinasapsapang umdaway ngayon babawi na di ito'y alegasyon kan kwa na dito ka dikat agbalim nga kalunaan nga rason for the judge or for the court to dismiss the case or to acquit the accused.
Okay, so ganito yan sir, dahil nga di ba meron ng decision ng ating judge, RTC judge in favor of the accused, which is the acquittal of former Senator De Lima. So
because of the recantation ni Apo Rafael Ragos.
Yes, that was the presumption. Kasi hindi pa lang, we have yet to see the decision of what is the basis of the Court of Appeals for reversing that decision. Kaya lang kasi sir, ang nakikita natin dyan, no, you reverse that decision on the basis of the prosecution failure to establish proof beyond reasonable doubt. Yun ang nakikita ko. It's not about plainly that it was plainly shall we mean yung tinatawag nating recantation or panangibabawi statement na, but no, that is just part of the whole. Okay, yung whole na case, ang talagang pinaka-basis for the decision of the judge acquitting Senator De Lima, it's because the prosecution failed to establish or to convince the court proof beyond reasonable doubt. Nakukulangan sila doon the ebidensya that was presented.
And then, abogado, nakukulangan ang court sa presentang ebidensya ng prosecution. Is it because nakurangan yan idinagbabawi ni Rafael Ragos?
Yes, sir. But that is only one.
Okay.
That is only one. And not, kasi kung ang korte tumitingin lang sa ebidensya based on the recantation of a certain witness kung marami naman palang evidence. Okay, pieces of evidence presented by the prosecution, isa lang yon na parte ng ebidensya. Okay, so it will not, sa tingin ko, it will not in a way affect sana yung decision ng judge. But then, ang punto rito is that all of the evidences or pieces of evidence presented to the judge, including the recantation, including the evidence presented ng witness na yan, hindi pa rin siya satisfied, okay, to establish proof beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, so nakukulangan yung judge dyan tungkol doon sa for the failure of the prosecution to establish evidence, okay, that would prove guilt beyond reasonable doubt.
So in short, abogado, saan nga makaumanay the recantation of a witness as a basis of the court in dismissing a case? Like for instance, the case of Senator De Lima.
Yes. And one thing more we have to highlight here is that when you talk about criminal case, ang ano kasi dyan, sir, the proof required is proof beyond reasonable doubt. Hindi po yan usapan ng kung sino ang may mas mabigat na ebidensya between the prosecution and the defense. Kasi criminal case po ito. Okay, kasi kung yung isang judge ay he is just weighing the evidence presented by the prosecution and the defense, kung 50-50 yan, automatic na according to the law, it should be tilted in favor of the accused. Kasi nga, hindi pwedeng tawag nito 50-50 ang ating judge tungkol sa criminal case. Kasi ang penalty to be imposed is to imprison someone, ilalagay mo yan sa kulungan, sisirain mo yung kanyang buhay. Okay, so kailan na-i-apply, yung tanong kasi siguro ng karamihan, kailan na-i-apply kasi yung winiweigh ng judge yung mas mabigat na ebidensya, that holds true only in civil cases. Okay, so sa civil case kasi, palabanan ng natin dyan, tawag nito ng ebidensya. So just like for example, if you're talking about ownership of a particular lot, so syempre yung judge to render a decision whom to give that property or ownership over that property. So ngayon, yung halimbawa, yung isa pinapakita niya yung property is owned by him because of his occupation or possession of that lot for a very long time. Yung isa naman, pinapakita niya na meron siyang titulo, okay, for that particular lot. So ngayon, anong sinasabi sa batas? Sabi, it gives priority, although yan na yung titimbangin ng judge. So according to the law, mas matimbang yung titulo kaysa yung possession. So when the judge will render a decision, it will be in favor to the one who has stronger evidence presented. That is civil case. But when you talk about criminal case, like with the cases filed against Senator De Lima, di ba sir, it's a criminal offense. So yung kailangan required evidence should be evidence that would prove guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Yung definition ng beyond reasonable doubt, it means that the judge is morally certain. There is moral certainty. Pero ang tanong naman karamihan, is the judge absolutely certain about the evidence presented na nagtuturo talaga kay Senator De Lima na siya yung may kasalanan? The law does not say so. Ang nire-require lang ng batas is moral certainty. So based on, okay, so to further define what is yung ating tinatawag na proof beyond reasonable doubt, ano kasi yan that is the highest standard of proof that is required in a criminal trial. So dito, it requires the prosecution to present evidence that establishes the defendant's guilt with a high degree of certainty. So ang definition ng law, high degree of certainty. So hindi mo niya sinasabi na absolute certain, kasi ang absolute certainty sir, 100% certain. Kasi ang judge hindi naman Diyos para sabihin na 100% sure siya doon sa akusado na ginawa na yun to render guilt. Okay, naintindihan sir yung ano natin. Hindi naman ganon. Kaya lang ang nire-require lang ng batas is that there is what we call the evidence presented would establish defendant's guilt with a high degree of certainty. Okay, so pwedeng 80%, 90%, but not definitely 100%. But then again, that's just the numerical interpretation, but wala talagang binabanggit sa batas. Okay, so sa tingin ng judge, hindi sufficient yung mga evidences, pieces of evidence presented by the prosecution, kaya pumabor sa kay Senator De Lima. Ngayon, anong consequence? Yun na nga, di ba, she was acquitted. Okay, so yung acquittal niya, of course, that resulted eventually to the granting of her bail. Kasi ang kaso niya, sir, is non-bailable. Tama, sir? Drug cases are actually non-bailable. Kasi nga, she was alleged to be a cuddler. I really do not know with the other cases, parang ganun din, na yung connection niya. So, ngayon, 2 of her cases were already dismissed. I mean, dismissed, mali yung statement ko. The 2 of the cases, she was already acquitted. Kasi pag dismissal kasi, it's more of the procedure. Ito kasing, when you talk about acquittal, based on substantive evidence. When say substantive, talagang wala siyang ginawa. Hindi napatunayan sa korte ng sufficient evidence to establish guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, moving forward. So,
pag acquittal ang decision ng judge against the accused, meaning there is no sufficient proof presented by the prosecutor as alleged against the accused. Ganun ba, abogado?
Yes, sir. Ngayon kasi, ang tanong ng karamihan, so meaning, meron pa naman siyang naiwang isa. Kaya kasi, di ba sir, sabi ko nga, di ba acquitted na siya, meron pa siyang natira. So, siguro ang tanong ng karamihan, kung meron pang natira, di pwede pa siyang ipakulong. Kasi nga, meron pang natira na kaso na, like for example, that would still be what we call, non-bailable pa rin, yung kasong natira. But then again, eto na, kasi yung kanyang lawyer really applied for bail. Nag-motion sila for bail. Kasi yung kaso niya is non-bailable, tama sir? Hindi siya automatic. Kung non-bailable yung kaso mo, kulong ka agad. That's what really happened. So she became a detention prisoner. That's it. That when you are put into prison because your case is non-bailable, would that mean that you are already been convicted? The answer is no. Kasi nga yung kaso mo lang, it's how happened that the case that was filed against you is non-bailable. Kung non-bailable, hindi ka makapagpiyansa, so anong gagawin sa'yo? Papakulong ka muna habang nililitis ang iyong kaso. Okay, sir. Ngayon, ang tanong, bakit nakalaya naman siya? So, that was, she filed the motion to post bail and the court granted it through Judge De Guito.
That was after the 2 case filed against her was dismissed or acquitted by the court. And that implies the 2 cases that was acquitted by the court,
and the other one is still pending.
At the kaliti relevance na di remaining one case na nga mabalin nga lang pakapoy karigiti ebidensya ti alegasyon laban ken kuan as a drug cuddler di akusado in the person of Senator De Lima.
Okay, sir. So, ngayon, di ba, na-acquit na siya doon sa 2 kaso.
Oo.
So, although the case that was remaining is non-bailable, kaya lang kasi, she was only a detention prisoner. When we say detention prisoner, because the case that was filed against her is non-bailable, kaya siya, there is what we call temporary na pagkakulong. Detention prisoner, dinetain lang siya while the case is pending. Ngayon, ang twist nito, sir, nag-request ng motion ang kanyang mga lawyers doon sa Regional Trial Court and then Muntinlupa yata yon with Judge De Guito. So sabi ni Judge De Guito, if two of her cases were already declared she was acquitted, so meaning yung kanyang request to grant bail would motion to post bail should be granted. Yun ang sabi ng korte. Ngayon, they already granted it. Kaya she was temporarily being freed. Okay, so may isa pa. Pero ngayon, ang issue kasi natin, going back to our original issue.
And then, Attorney, I would like to be enlightened. If the court grants the bail petition of the accused, does that imply na digiti allegation against the accused medyo nakapwede iti ebidensya?
Yes, that is weak. Kasi, yes sir, yan ang ibig niyang sabihin. Kasi when you were granted bail, ang basis kasi dyan is that sir, if the case filed against you is dalawa kasing klase ang bail. Ang ating piyansa, dalawang klase po yan. To summarize it, hindi lang ganun ang pagkakasabi directly ng ating libro. So, bail as a matter of right and a bail as a matter of discretion. If your penalty that is imposed to you is not life, death, reclusion perpetua. So, kung yun ang mga, hindi siya, yung penalty to be imposed in the case, or in the crime, or in the case filed against you, yung hindi, ang penalty niya is not life, imprisonment, not reclusion perpetua, or death, kasi wala naman ng death. Kung hindi yan, yung mga penalty to be imposed, bailable yan. Kaya nga yung ating homicide, bailable. Kahit it resulted to a death, but the case filed or the crime committed is homicide, nagiging bailable siya because it is lower than reclusion perpetua. Ngayon, according to the anti-drug law, pag yung isang tao na involved dyan is a cuddler, so the penalty imposed is reclusion perpetua. So ngayon, that is when bail would become a matter of discretion. So bahala na yung judge to look into the evidence presented kung i-grant niya ng bail yan or hindi. Kasi yung isa kasi sir, if the penalty of a crime is not life, reclusion perpetua or death, automatic yan, pwede kang mag-bail. Pero kasi sa kaso niya, the penalty imposed is I'm not particular if it is life or reclusion perpetua. Non-bailable yan. So it is where bail comes in as a matter of discretion ng judge. So ngayon, ang basis ng judge to render, to grant or not to grant the bail that is being requested by a accused, ang basis po niya dyan is, unang-una dyan, he is not a flight risk. Okay, so hindi siya problema. Okay, tungkol sa na posible na aalis siya ng bansa. Okay, so yan yung isang. And of course, the evidence of guilt is weak. Pag weak na yung evidence na feeling ng isang judge, so definitely he will grant the request of the accused for bail. Even the case that is filed is non-bailable.
Okay.
So
yes, DJ ngay naitid kang kuha nga bail because the court sees the allegation against the accused as a weak have not presented strong evidence to prove the guilt of the accused because of the recantation of the witness nga ni Rafael Ragos.
Yung recantation natin, I have to clarify na that is just one of the pieces of evidence presented in court. Hindi lang siya yun. Okay, kaya lang kasi sa mga news, yan ang naha-highlight. Although that is just one of the many evidences or pieces of evidence presented in that case.
So it's not automatic but that when a witness recanted his or her testimony will not be an automatic basis of the court in dismissing a criminal case. Ganun ba?
Yes, sir. Kasi nga, that recantation is only one of the pieces evidence presented in court. Okay, yan lang kasi ang pinakamabigat siguro sa lahat ng mga evidences, pieces of evidence presented, yan ang pinakamabigat. Kaya sa tingin na ng korte, kung tanggalin mo yan, okay, wala nang saysay ang kaso. Okay, that might be the reason why it was granted. She was acquitted. And eventually, that gave also the idea or for the court to grant bail on Senator De Lima.
Okay, now agpuligos DJ discussion tayo it's about the decision or resolution of the Court of Appeals remanding the case to the Regional Trial Court. What does that imply, abogado?
Okay.
Kahit na kanina sa wan niya mabaliwan manen niya pa naka-trial di kaso ni Senator De Lima.
No, that does not mean na in the way I see it, sir, it will not yung remanded kasi babalik sa korte. Kaya lang kasi ang nakita ko kasing issue doon is that the court did not specify the very reason why they acquitted Senator De Lima. Okay, so ang feeling tuloy ng Court of Appeals, the judge who acquitted Senator De Lima has gravely abused his discretion over the case. Kasi nga meron siyang decision na hindi naman well explained doon sa na ang sinasite lang is like for example yan nga recantation of the witness, yun lang ba yun? But then again, if you look into it, sir, when you have a decision like a judge, pag nag-render ang decision ang judge tungkol dyan na nag-acquit doon sa akusado, ang basis kasi dyan, sir, is that it is the failure of the prosecution to present evidence that establishes the defendant's guilt with a high degree of certainty. The prosecution failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Kaya hindi niya na-convince yung judge to di ba yung to render guilt okay over the accused. So hindi guilty yung decision niya, rather it is what we call acquittal. So ito lang, sir, nabasa ko rin lang kasi there are also some previous justices giving their insights toward this case. Okay, so yun nga iba naisip nga ng isang it's only a educational purpose. We with all due respect to our courts. Okay, so
I am very very quite interested to hear your story, interpretation.
Yes, ito naman
ipastrict naman pa digiti commercial tayo tapos nikastagat it will be presented in a more understandable manner. May panggapit dito igaputa kunapyang ortatay nga DJ prosecution fails to present enough evidence to prove the guilt of the accused, resulting to the acquittal of the case filed against former Senator Rele de Lima. At what extent did the prosecution fail to present evidence? Is it purely on the basis of the recantation ni Apo Rafael Ragos? Ilawlag tito naman dito abogado, kalpasan man pa dito palagip tayo, manay pa dito technical studio.
Sikang Ken Tilinteg. Aksyon! Radyo!
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Naglipa na ang mga papaya soaps. Napansin niyo ba mga girls and guys? Aminin, gusto niyo rin pumuti. Sa dinami-dami ng papaya soaps na makikita niyo sa groceries, may isang namumukod tanging White Rose Papaya. Mula sa White Rose, dahil hindi lang papaya extracts ang ingredient nito, meron ding vitamin B3. Nakikita ito sa mga mamahaling mga serums na kilalang nagpapabilis ng pagpapaputi ng balat. Kaya naman ang White Rose Papaya, clinically proven magpaputi in as early as 7 days. With regular use, papaya puti, papaya fast. Yan ang White Rose Papaya.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lamada, more time sa pamilya.
Sa panahon ngayon, ikaw ba'y sigurado? Ikaw ba'y protektado? Ang pamilya ay i-shield mo. Laban sa bakterya, i-shield mo. Laban ang matibay, i-shield mo.
Shield Bat Soap. Matay 99.9% of bacteria and virus tested. Believed by eksperto iti Philippine Nurses Association.
Sa sakit protektado, i-shield mo. Pamilya protektado, i-shield mo.
Shield Bat Soap. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
When life throws you off balance, breathe. Hydrate. With Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Find your balance. One bottle at a time. Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Available nationwide.
Find your balance with Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Now available in major supermarkets and retail stores nationwide.
Sali na!
ACS Millones! ACS Millones!
Isulat ang inyong pangalan, age, address, contact number at signature sa isang papel. Ilagay sa white legal-sized envelope kasama ang proof of purchase. At sa labas ng envelope, isulat ang promo title, produktong ginamit at ang MBC station. Pwedeng ipadala o ihulog sa drop boxes sa MBC stations nationwide. DZRH, Love Radio, Yes FM, Easy Rock, Aksyon Radyo, and Radyo Natin. Kaya sali na! More than 9 million pesos ang pwedeng mapanalunan sa weekly draws and grand draw. Hatid ng Unique Toothpaste, Pride Detergent, Star Wax Floor Wax, Shield Bath Soap, Smart Dishwashing, White Rose Papaya with Vitamin B3, at Charm Fabcon.
Pwede kang maging milyonaryo sa ACS Millones!
Submission of entries is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. Grand draw is on September 20, 2025. See posters for details. Promo period is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. For DTI Fair Trade Permit Number FTB 221797, Series of 2025.
Para apo. Agkakapso, daramday toy. Makalimit ka. Masapang matutulong na 60 mg na iron manipod ti Hemorrhoid FA. Tapno Hemorrhoid. Gusto na dosis. Isunga may rekomendar para kadagiti Pilipino. Per DOHAO number 2010-0010 with proper diet and exercise. Para Hemorrhoid FA, the blood vitamin.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Iron pyridoxine vitamin B6, cyanocobalamin vitamin B12, folic acid is the generic name of Hemorrhoid FA. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Hemorrhoid FA. The blood vitamin.
Aksyon! Radyo!
This time check is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride Detergent.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Champion Detergent. Para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Gusto niyo ng chance manalo ng 1 million pesos? Cash, motorcycle, o Ginebra jersey? Since nanalo ko muna! Runs from March 15 to July 31, 2025 per DOH FDA CFR permit number 0017 series of 2025. Drink responsibly.
Ginebra, San Miguel. Gin is in. Gin to win. Gin's nanalo sa One Ginebra Nation. Promo runs from March 15 to July 31, 2025. DOH FDA CFR permit number 0017 series of 2025. Drink responsibly.
Champion Detergent. Para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lamada, more time sa pamilya.
Para di madaling masira ang ngipin ng pamilya, ngayon pa lang,
Unique Toothpaste for brushing every after kumain.
dahil ang unique toothpaste may Max Protect formula.
Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa.
Helps stop cavities even before they start, while keeping red fresh with regular use.
Unique Toothpaste for brushing para siguruhin. Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa. Unique
Max Alaga, Max Protectado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS. Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko.
sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
When life throws you off balance, breathe. Hydrate with Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Find your balance. One bottle at a time. Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Available nationwide.
Find your balance with Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Now available in major supermarkets and retail stores nationwide.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya. Sa tulong ng Revitol Forte.
Ibalag ang lakas mo. Sa kagalabaw, papalan ba sa Revitol Forte? Kahit magod ka na, may ibubugan ka pa sa Revitol Forte. Ibalag ang lakas mo.
Proper diet and exercise. Unilam yan. Multivitamins, minerals, amino acids. Is the generic name of Revitol Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sali na!
ACS Millones! ACS Millones!
Isulat ang inyong pangalan, age, address, contact number at signature sa isang papel. Ilagay sa white legal-sized envelope kasama ang proof of purchase. At sa labas ng envelope, isulat ang promo title, produktong ginamit at ang MBC station. Pwedeng ipadala o ihulog sa drop boxes sa MBC stations nationwide. DZRH, Love Radio, Yes FM, Easy Rock, Aksyon Radyo, and Radyo Natin. Kaya sali na! More than 9 million pesos ang pwedeng mapanalunan sa weekly draws and grand draw. Hatid ng Unique Toothpaste, Pride Detergent, Star Wax Floor Wax, Shield Bath Soap, Smart Dishwashing, White Rose Papaya with Vitamin B3, at Charm Fabcon.
Pwede kang maging milyonaryo sa ACS Millones!
Submission of entries is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. Grand draw is on September 20, 2025. See posters for details. Promo period is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. For DTI Fair Trade Permit Number FTB 221797, Series of 2025.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Bar Blue with powerful stain-away enzymes. Malupit magtanggal ng dumit mancha pero di masakit sa kamay. Mas tested ang cotton and polycotton. Sa mancha, malupit. Sa kamay mo, mabait. Try Bar Blue, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS
Aksyon! Radyo!
Manipot, ito number 1, Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo. Plato at kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Kasta no Smart Iti Dishwashing Paste. At ang global tanggalin formula. Tanggal galing iti sebo ken bakterya.
Bahit para walang bahid. Linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. Number 1 ko to. Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste.
Heavy duty linis kada pulagi. Smart Dishwashing Paste. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS
Aksyon! Radyo!
Ang oras na yan ay hatid sa inyo ng Nor Chicken Cubes. Niti sarap tinola na gusto ng lahat? Kaya! Basta luto mo yan with Nor Chicken Cubes.
Champion Detergent. Para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Ang balitang yan ay hatid sa inyo ng...
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. Maker of world-class quality Pride Detergent.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
When life throws you off balance, breathe. Hydrate with Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Find your balance. One bottle at a time. Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Available nationwide.
Find your balance with Nature Spring pH 9 drinking water. Now available in major supermarkets and retail stores nationwide.
Mama, daming time sa lahat
sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya. Sa tulong ng Redicon Forte.
Ibalan ang lakas mo sa kagalabaw, papalan pa sa Redicon Forte. Kahit pagod ka na, maibubugat ka pa sa Redicon Forte. May balan ang lakas mo.
Proper diet and exercise. Luminab yan. Multivitamins, minerals, amino acids. Is the generic name of Redicon Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Si Mommy at si Washing Machine believe sa Pride Washing Machine Detergent.
Hello, Washi!
Hello, Mommy!
Laundry day na naman! Ready ka na sa mancha, chocolate, putik, libag?
Kaya yan ng Pride Washing Machine Detergent. May triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, malikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon. All you need is pride. All you need is pride.
Pride Detergent, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Nasakit yung ulo.
Greg, may work pa. I-Biogesic mo na yan.
Agos na dagos? Baka identity side effect sa data?
Iba ang Biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Maingat nga agpaiso.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, Biogesic agad. Alagang Unilab yan. Paracetamol is a generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Guys! Bakit ang sarap mag-shot ng Red Horse Super? Kasi bawat shot, kasama ang tropa.
Red Horse Super, ang shot ng tropa. Pinalakas na tropa, pinasuper na Red Horse. Drink responsibly.
Ayain ng tropa at subukan ang Red Horse Super. Bili na sa inyong suking tindahan. Drink responsibly.
ACS Millones. ACS Millones.
Mga misis, bili na kayo ng mga ACS products para may chance maging milyonaryo. Ito ang kombinasyon ng mga empty packs na ilagay sa entries nyo. 3 sachets ng unique 10ml or 1 box ng unique toothpaste any size. 3 sachets ng Pride Powder 40 grams or 1 pouch ng Pride Powder any size. 1 wrapper ng Pride Bar 370 grams or 2 wrappers ng Pride Bar 95 grams. 1 box ng Star Wax Floor Wax any size. 1 wrapper or 1 box ng Shield Bath Soap any size. 2 sachets ng Smart Liquid 50ml or 1 pouch ng Smart Liquid any size. 1 label wrapper ng Smart Paste any size. 1 sachet or 1 box ng White Rose Papaya with Vitamin B3 Soap any size. 3 sachets of Charm Fabcon 30ml or 1 pouch ng Charm Fabcon any size.
Pwede kang maging milyonaryo sa ACS Millones.
Submission of entries is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. Grand draw is on September 20, 2025. See posters for details. Promo period is from May 4 to September 12, 2025. For DTI Fair Trade Permit Number FTB 221797, Series of 2025.
Team Dantes 4, Usapang Immunity Gap.
Mami, alam mo ba ang immunity gap? Immunity gap ba pag di tamang kinakain? Immunity gap ba pag nagkakasakit? Immunity gap na yan.
Stop! Immunity Gap. Dapat tuloy-tuloy ang Saline Plus. Tumutulong tuloyin ang kulang na vitamin C and zinc. Tulong para ang immunity
100%.
based on RENI with proper diet and exercise.
Help stop immunity gap.
Magsilin Plus, araw-araw.
Alagang Unilab yan. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Saline Plus. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sika Ken Tilinteg.
Naku, ang dami nating commercial sa programa po natin at hante na po nga na-discuss na iti other aspect of the issue nga kaya ito kumaapong i-discuss sa pabogado and mabalang niyo ituloy tanto on Sunday may ipanggip ka rin dyan anyot kahit nasa Wendy dyan nagbang edition ti Court of Appeals remanding the case of the former senator to the RTC for is it for a retrial or just to explain or for the RTC to explain why the case was acquitted against the accused?
Yes, sir. It's actually the take of the RTC to explain why they came up with that decision, acquitting. Hindi kasi siya maliwanag yung pag-explika doon sa decision kung ano ba ang strong justification why is it that it was an acquittal on the part of Senator De Lima. But then again, meron ngang nagpahayag ng kanyang kaisipan na former Associate Justice ng Supreme Court that the CA, in his humble opinion, fundamentally wrong and it is in fact engaging in a distorted representation daw ng justice and should be reversed by the Supreme Court. So nagbigay na siya tuloy ng kanyang yun ang nakikita niya na it should be dismissed daw by the Supreme Court. But then again, yung kasi it's not about the weakness of the defense but rather it is the obligation of the prosecution to prove beyond reasonable doubt yung isang akusado. So it's not about the weakness of the defense. Yun lang po ang gusto kong liwanagin. It's because of the failure of the prosecution to provide evidence that would render guilt beyond reasonable doubt on the accused. Kaya ang ending, it was acquitted.
Okay, anyway, for purposes of information and education on matters of criminal case and decisions of the court, mabaling nga dati itultuloy ito on Sunday, abogado.
Yes, no problem.
Nakadalo ngamin dati commercials.
Yes. Actually, there are other factors affecting with that decision kasi nag-originate yan with the fact that eto kasing si Judge Gito who rendered the decision happened to be the favorite of Senator De Lima during his college days in San Beda. Yun ang mga ligasyon ni Senator Harry Roque. Kaya nagkaroon tuloy ng pero but then again, there are guidelines set by the Supreme Court on the prohibition ng isang judge. Pwede kasing mag-inhibit yung judge on handling the case. Kaya lang kasi with the guidelines provided for in by court, wala naman kasing nakikita doon na dahilan para mag-inhibit yung judge. But then again, it should have been as well a question by the prosecution upon doon na mismo sa RTC, di ba? Pinestyon na nila yung kanyang sana yung inhibition ng the case. Hindi naman pinestyon. And yung judge naman, hindi naman siya just nag-inhibit na lang siya on his own. Kasi hindi naman niya nakikitaan yun ng mga basis for him to inhibit. Wala naman kasi doon sa guidelines provided for in by the rules of court.
And mabaling nga na itong i-discuss niya about inhibition of the judge. Anya kadiditi dapat nga basis. Is it the prosecution who will petition for the inhibition of the judge or the judge will voluntarily inhibit himself for delikadesa kunada. Anyway, maraming salamat abogado. Dapat hindi man tuming kami kung di commercial din ako. Medyo
yes, no problem, sir.
Thank you very much once again, abogado, for sharing your time and your thoughts involving the case of former Senator De Lima after the Court of Appeals issued the resolution so dinagit agsimparat ngamin di opinion ti DOJ and the Solgen the DOJ ko na it's not it is will not imply nga that we kept ma-revive the kaso na but compelling the judge or the court to explain further why it was acquitted by the recantation of the main witness in the person of Rafael Ragos. I-explain to further on Sunday dito. Thank you, abogado. Good afternoon and maraming salamat po.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Dapat nagpatinggan niya programa to with Attorney El Rene Quedres Castro. Ituloy ito po i-discuss dito on Sunday at isumaro naman na param dito programa to si Kakentilinteg. Maraming salamat po. God bless. Mabuhay.
Si Kakentilinteg. Aksyon!